Afternoon. My name is Richard Hoskin. On a miserable and wet afternoon, it's also a glorious afternoon. That's because football is back for the start of a brand new season.
BBC Radio Bristol and BBC Radio Somerset.
The new football season.
Where on earth did that come from? A day to remember. Fantastic goal for Bristol Rovers. It's Tommy Conway again.
And Yeovil have taken the lead. It was a great free kick.
And it wins the game for Bristol City.
The only place to follow your team.
I feel my heart beating.
Ashton Gate celebrates.
You make me feel.
And it's the perfect start for the Gas.
Like I'm alive again.
The 2023-24 season.
Come on, you Reds.
Up the gas.
Kicks off now.
Absolute jubilation.
BBC Radio Bristol and BBC Radio Somerset.
This is Saturday Sport. Today the story begins for the 2023-2024 season. Coming up over the next 9 months or so, BBC Radio Bristol and BBC Radio Somerset will bring you the highs, the lows, the wins, the losses and all the bits in between. My name is Richard Hoskin and I'm at Ashton Gate, where I'll be watching Bristol City kick off a new championship campaign against Preston North End. Let's kick off with the team news. Yeovil Town start life in National League South with a trip to Hemel Hempstead Town. Let's get team news from Vauxhall Road with Sheridan Robbins.
Yes, Mark Cooper naming his first starting 11. 5 debuts for Mark Cooper of the 11 new signings he's made over the summer. Will Buse starts in goal. A back three of Morgan Williams, Jamie Sendles-White and Jake Wannell. Wing-backs of Zach Bell on loan from Bristol City, of course, and Alex Whittle. Charlie Cooper and Matt Worthington in midfield. In front of them, Jordan Maguire-Drew, and up front, Frank Nouble, alongside re-signing Reece Murphy. On the bench for the Glovers, Josh Hours, Jordan Young, Sonny Bluelow Everton, Ollie Thomas and Will Dawes.
Next, let's go to Vauxhall Road. It's Hemel Hempstead Town against Yeovil Town. Confirmation of the teams with Sheridan Robbins.
Yes, Mark Cooper made 11 summer signings, 5 of them in the starting 11 today. So Will Buse is in goal. Morgan Williams, Jamie Sendles-White, Jake Wannell are the back three. Zach Bell and Alex Whittle are the wing backs. Charlie Cooper, Matt Worthington and Jordan Maguire-Drew in midfield. And goals were such an issue last season, weren't they? So Frank Nouble partners Reece Murphy, who scored 34 goals in 65 appearances last time he put on a green and white shirt. On the bench for the Glovers, Josh Hours, Jordan Young, Sonny Bluelow Everton, Will Dawes and Ollie Thomas. As for Hemel Hempstead, they've had a very positive pre-season. Mark Cooper has been very complimentary of them. He came to watch them on Tuesday. They line up with Craig King in goal. Montel McKenzie, fresh from Love Island that he took part in this summer, is in the starting 11. Carl Ajayi, Chris Smith and Josh Williams complete the back four. A midfield of Drethro Hansen, Joe Ray, Arj Krasnicki and George Williams. Joe Ichafono and Reece Grant are up front. And on the bench for Hemel, Bilal Sayoud, Finlay Corrigan, Tyrese Briscoe, Elias Grant and Sam Cargan.
95.5 FM BBC Radio Somerset. You can listen to commentary of Hemel Hempstead Town against Yeovil Town. And let's head to Vauxhall Road. That's the home of Hemel Hempstead Town. They're hosting Yeovil Town in Yeovil's first National League South fixture of the season. Manager Mark Cooper has been talking to Sheridan.
Well, Mark, first game of the season. First of all, how was the trip up and what do you think of Hemel Hempstead?
Yeah, I came here Tuesday to watch. It is what it is, isn't it? It's no excuses from us. We know we got to play on 3G pitches and tidy little ground. So we're looking forward to it.
And you've named a starting 11 similar to the last friendly. You're obviously without Josh Staunton and Jake Hyde, but a very attacking lineup.
Yeah, we've gone. Jake Hyde's probably a bit too soon for a 3G pitch. So if it was another 3 or 4 weeks, then we'd risk him. But he's fine. He'll be just purely because of 3G. And obviously Staunts, the rest of it takes care of itself. Obviously Murph comes in for Ollie, but Ollie we know will be ready off the bench if we need him.
And we were just speaking there, how important is it for you and your squad to get off to a good start?
That would help, wouldn't it? That's the aim. That has to be the aim. But we have to remember there's a team that are going to try and have something to say about that. And we have to play well. We have to be on the front foot. We have to be aggressive. And if we do that, then we've got enough quality to get a result.
And it's been all over social media that Fleet Services are a sea of green and white, more than 1,000 supporters, you think, perhaps supporting your team. It's quite incredible, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fantastic, isn't it? It's, but that's what we want, isn't it? It's a reset for the club and the town, and for them to get behind the team, and everyone's got a bit of hope again. And hopefully we can give them something to cheer about today.
And how different is it since you and I were doing these interviews at the end of last season in terms of the morale in the dressing room and for you guys as coaching staff as well?
I think when you're doing a job that you have no sort of control over in terms of the football, it becomes difficult to keep trotting out the same line. But now the owner lets us get on with the football. He realises that's our skill set, and I think you can see from the squad we've put together that it's a good one, and hopefully we can pay him back.
Huge good luck today, Mark.
Thanks very much.
Saturday Sport.
BBC Radio Bristol and BBC Radio Somerset.
It's the first Saturday Sport of a brand new football season. Weston-super-Mare against Havant and Waterlooville, Dartford against Bath City, and Taunton Town against Braintree Town. At Vauxhall Road, it's Hemel Hempstead Town against Yeovil Town. This is live on BBC Radio Somerset 95.5 FM, BBC Sounds and Freeview Channel 722. Your commentary team, Ian Perkins and Sheridan Robbins.
Thank you, Richard. Yes, both teams are now out on the 3G pitch, one of the many challenges they're going to face in the National League South this season. Yeovil wearing their new away kit of yellow and black striped shirts, black shorts and yellow socks. And without Josh Staunton, who's unable to play on any 3G surface throughout this season, Matt Worthington has taken on the captain's armband, so he's just posing for a picture with his opposite number, George Williams. So there is going to be a minute's silence, so we'll just wait for the referee's whistle for that, and then we will be getting underway. As the referee blows his whistle, and as I say, we'll get a confirmation hopefully of the travelling support, but to our left hand side there is a huge contingent of green and white. We're hoping it's going to be over 1,000 Yeovil Town fans, and they will be starting by kicking from left to right as goalkeeper Will Buse goes over to front of his goal. He is in front of those travelling supporters today. And I'll take you through the teams, but we are about to kick off in the first game of this National League South season, and of course the first game for Yeovil Town under new ownership after Martin Hellier took over in the summer. So it should be a very exciting season for Yeovil Town fans, and as Richard said before kick-off, we are continuing coverage of every single Yeovil Town game, and we are getting underway in the first game as Rhys Murphy chases down an early ball. I'll try and find a gap in to get you through the two teams as it goes out for a Hemel Hempstead throw-in. Will Buse is in goal, Morgan Williams, Jamie Sendles-White, Jake Wonnell are the back three, Zach Bell and Alex Whittle are the wing-backs, Charlie Cooper, Matt Worthington and Jordan Maguire drew in midfield, and Frank Newble alongside Rhys Murphy. As for Hemel Hempstead, Craig King is in goal. Montel McKenzie, fresh from an appearance on Love Island, who is on the ball now, and he tries to get it through past the halfway line, but it's intercepted by Charlie Cooper. Back to McKenzie, who's going to get inside that Yeovil Town half. And again, they're passing the ball around nicely, Hemel. They're having some early possession, but they go back to a defensive shape, and in fact back to Craig King and Reece Murphy chasing that down, but King does enough, puts it out of play, and it almost hits Mark Cooper in the face. And they're trying to get this back underway quickly as Zach Bell with a belter of a long throw, but it is cleared by Ajayi for Hemel Hempstead. A frantic start. I haven't even been able to introduce my summariser, Ian Perkins from the Glovers cast, and yeah, frantic start early doors.
It's kicked off at a really fast pace, isn't it? I don't know if it's the surface or how these players have stepped up into this game, but there's a real energy about both sides as the National League South season kicks off here.
Jordan Maguire-Drew trying to win it back in midfield. Sendles-White mopping up the pieces. Back to goalkeeper Will Buse. He, of course, spent last season on loan at Yeovil Town. Only made 2 appearances, though, at the latter end of the season. Bell trying to win it back for Yeovil Town. Headed forward by Sendles-White, but chested down and cleared by Matt Worthington, trying to get it in a more attacking position. That's going to come right by the press box. Here we are very close to the action. And Zach Bell on this right-hand side takes the long throw. That is quite a weapon we've got there from Zach Bell, the Bristol City loanee, dinked forward by Jordan Maguire-Drew, and now Murphy trying to get ahead of his defender. He can't do so. It's just bobbling just outside the box. It's going to fall to Murphy. Can he control it? He can, but again he's tackled. It's a good tackle from George Williams of Hemel Hempstead. He tries to get that forward, but Morgan Williams is in a good position at centre-back to go back to his goalkeeper, Will Buse, on the edge of his box. He clears. Really is fast pace in this opening game of the National League South season. Just 3 minutes played. That's a good ball. Zichafono cutting inside the box and gets it through towards there's a hopeful chance, I think, for Joe Ray. Couldn't quite connect with it, but they have still got possession, have Hemel Hempstead. Back to Mackenzie, cutting inside again, but Zach Bell is there for company. Is that going to go out for a corner kick? It is. Hemel Hempstead get their first corner kick of the afternoon, and end-to-end, Ian.
Yeah, a lot of pressure from Hemel. You can see that they're used to this surface and comfortable with it at the feet. I think I noticed a couple of moments there where Will Buse, the ball's come to him and he's just had to take a little bit more of a surer touch before he kicks it. There's certainly some adjustments for those Yeovil Town players who don't train on a surface like this.
George Williams is going to take the corner kick. Worked with Mark Cooper previously at Forest Green Rovers. That's a good ball in, headed away by Jake Wannell, making his debut for Yeovil Town after signing from Taunton Town in the summer. Picked up by Reece Murphy. Nice play from him, and then Sendles-White trying to set Maguire-Drew on his way, but it's well intercepted by Josh Williams. Out wide once more, really getting forward quickly are Hemel. The cross is going to come in once more, headed away by Morgan Williams, but it's going to be picked up by Krasnicki on the edge of the box. Back to Krasnicki once more, who gets a shot. Again, it's headed away by Wannell. Reece Murphy really far up the pitch. Concedes a throw-in. Doesn't mind doing the hard yards, does he, Reece Murphy? A player, of course, we're very familiar with.
Yeah, he's going to be such an asset for us this season. I think from what we saw in pre-season, the way he's partnered with Frank Newble at the top end of the pitch, there's some green shoots of hope there up front, and I think if Frank Newble's going to be a big part of us getting the ball and holding it away from Hemel, we really need to start getting him in the game and get that ball to his feet and try and get the ball off Hemel for a bit, because they're certainly putting the pressure on.
They are. They've got another throw in attacking position on the far side. 5 minutes played here at Vauxhall Road. It's still Hemel 0, Yeovil 0. It's cleared by Yeovil. They are quite deep, Yeovil Town. Newble is going to chase that one down. A touch comes in from Craig King in goal. Good ball though. Picked up by Wannell for Yeovil Town. Again put forward. Reece Murphy does well to get there. Can he stay onside? Looks like he has. Again, well tackled though by Chris Smith of Hemel Hempstead. Wannell though, another crunching header to get it back in Yeovil possession. On the far side is Charlie Cooper. Real impetus from Yeovil Town when they try and get forward. Now Jamie Sendles-White is going to try and start something. Zach Bell, good footwork from him. He gets his side of throw in on this right hand side, closest to us. Such a weapon. We haven't really had that didn't have that last season, Ian, because Tom Knowles, of course, departed on the opening day.
No, and it was something that we missed, really. I think before that we had Charlie Lee, who could always deliver a long throw into the area, and yeah, and Bell and Sendles White, they've both got a bit of a cannon on them.
And it was flicked on by Frank Nouble, but Reece Murphy couldn't get there. Morgan Williams has left that one and kicked away by Will Buse. Good communication there between Williams and Buse. Goes out though for a Hemel throw-in on the far side. Inside that Yeovil half, Josh Williams.
Been impressed with Jake Wannell in these opening stages. He's won a couple of big headers, and he's one of those players who knows the level. He's played a few games for Taunton last season and knows what it's all about, really, and it's going to be important in that back line in terms of physical presence, I think.
Certainly is. Here come Hemel once more though. Again, just a looped ball forward. It's clearly Ichafono they want to get the ball to, but it just drifted past Morgan Williams, who didn't give him much space, and goes out for a goal kick, which Will Buse will take. 7 minutes played here. Hemel Hempstead 0, Yeovil Town 0 in this opening game, the National League South. It's been pouring all morning, but the rain is now holding off on this 3G surface. But we spoke to Mark Cooper in the week, didn't we? And he wanted it to rain, so he got his wish.
Yeah, he was quite happy before kick-off that the pitch had had a bit of a watering, so it was going to be a bit slicker.
Of course, Yeovil are without Josh Staunton and Jake Hyde. He didn't want to be risked either on this 3G surface. Josh Staunton we will not see on these artificial pitches throughout the season. Jake Hyde we will, but it was just a bit too soon with a bit of a niggle. Goes out for another throw-in on the far side, this time to Hemel. No real clear-cut chances for either side, but Hemel look dangerous when they come forward. They finished 15th in the National League South last season. And speaking to a few people here, they've got ambitions to be a National League side. Nice ball forward, but it's a bit too heavy on this surface, and Will Buse will just mop that one up and get that forward. 8 minutes played, it's still 0-0.
Yeovil are going to have to keep an eye on Joe Ichafono. He's the sort of the talisman of this Hemel team, signed from Oxford City in the summer and was linked with a few clubs, including Yeovil.
Throw-in comes in quickly. Reece Murphy's inside the box, but he just gives the ball away. Zach Bell still chasing it down, though. Can't find a yellow shirt, though. And again, they're coming forward at pace, are Hemel. Out wide once more to Ichafono. Hemel number 9 on the far side, the right-hand side. Goes back to Williams. Thinks about taking the cross, but actually goes short to Williams. They're going to shoot, and another heavy touch comes in from Reece Grant. As soon as Reece Grant got on the ball, it didn't have any direction towards goal, so again goes out for a goal kick.
It was almost a good ball. I think if Reece Grant had been able to get a toe on it just to bring it under, he might have had a good chance of getting a shot at goal.
Not a good start for Taunton. They're 1-0 down at home to Braintree in their opening game. Still 0-0 here, but Hemel enjoying a lot more possession, but they've just picked up the ball on the halfway line through Jake Wannell. Have Yeovil Town out wide to Reece Murphy, who turns. He's just outside the box. Cross is going to come in towards Jordan Maguire-Drew, heads the ball home, and Yeovil have the lead.
Flag's up.
The flag is up, and you can see actually that Brad Quinton, who is just in front of us, is absolutely furious that the flag didn't go up quicker.
We can't see it. I mean,
no, it's very hard for us to see, isn't it?
We can't see the linesman from where we're sat, so we had no sight of that flag at all. But a good ball in, a good header from Jordan Maguire-Drew to put it past the goalkeeper. Pressure mounting.
Yeah, Yeovil have had the ball in the back of the net, but it has been ruled off, and the flag goes up quickly this time. And Jordan Maguire-Drew not happy at that second decision. It's really hard for us to see, so we are just behind the home dugout, but the corner flag on this right-hand side we can't see at all.
Yeah,
so a little bit tricky.
Can't see either corner flag on the side.
No, that is true. That is true. So Yeovil thought they'd taken the lead through Jordan Maguire-Drew. Nice header, nice ball in from Reece Murphy. Relationships starting to flourish, but still 0-0 at the moment. Pressure mounting from Yeovil Town as Murphy thinks about chasing down the goalkeeper Craig King, who's taken a touch. It's a bit of an awkward one. It doesn't stay in play, so Charlie Cooper takes the throw in really quickly, possibly a little bit too quickly, as Rhys Murphy can't get there. He's battling away on that far hand side with Jethro Hansen, and Charlie Cooper concedes the free kick. A little bit of frustration from George Williams, and it's probably the right decision. We're going to see a few of those, I think, from Charlie Cooper over the season.
Yeah, that was a classic Charlie Cooper moment there, wasn't it? Just a little tap on the ankle to concede a free kick. But plays with his heart on his sleeve, does Charlie Cooper, and puts himself about. I think we haven't seen any really proper slide tackles just yet on this pitch. There'll be a few burns on the knees from my experience of playing on this surface.
Yeah, Charlie Cooper, of course, son of Mark Cooper, 21 appearances for Yeovil Town last season, all in the latter stages where it really didn't go well, but he certainly put on a performance, and he'll want to be ensuring that the side is faring better on the pitch this season. Free kick on the far side to Hemel Hempstead, just midway through that Yeovil half. George Williams is over it. George Williams, who, as I say, Mark Cooper coached, said one of the best players he's ever coached, which is a bit of a slight on all the 11 that he's got on the pitch at the moment.
Yeah, I think some of them will leave a mark.
So free kick is going to be taken by Williams. I don't think he's happy with the way
They've tried
Town
something interesting there, and
Williams, it's an awkward one, and Buse doesn't get there. It's cleared by Noble. Was an awkward one. Looped it right over everyone's head and tried to get it under the bar, didn't he? And Buse was actually a little bit shaky there, but Noble doing a defender's job there and getting rid of it.
He's holding the side of his neck a little bit. I think he took a bit of an arm into the side of the head when he went up for that ball. Not the biggest keeper in the world.
Yeovil have an attacking throw-in on this near side now. The right-hand side, Zach Bell. Really good position, actually, to get it into the box. Now we know how dangerous that long throw-in is. Torquay have taken the lead after 4 minutes at Dover. Many think that Torquay and Yeovil are going to be battling it out for promotion. Still 0-0 here after 14 minutes. That throw-in comes in. 1-0 trying to get on the end of it. It's cleared, though, by Hemel. Picked up by Bell, but free kick given Hemel's way. And I think we are going to see our first yellow card of the afternoon for Zach Bell, the Bristol City loanee. And the eagle-eyed of you will see that Zach Kennard Kettle is the referee today, son of Trevor Kettle, an infamous referee for Yeovil Town, but he did come and referee the Legends game and was a very good sport. So his son is the man in the middle today.
There'll be listeners at home who will have a different word to describe Trevor Kettle, I'm sure. But Zach Bell there showing his bit of inexperience there. He's got frustrated, and I think that one was just, he's had a go at the referee and given a booking for that one, which is something he'll learn, because now he's going to have to play a long time in a tricky position under the pressure of a yellow card.
Yeah, we have just played just a quarter of an hour as they come forward again through Ray. Another awkward one, and Buse is clearly fouled. That was a really poor foul on Will Buse. He's trying to take the free kick quickly, but he's not going to be allowed to. But Rhys Grant just taking out the Yeovil Town goalkeeper there, which actually did them a bit of a favour, because they were really on the attack there from Joe Ray. Chested down by the centre circle by Charlie Cooper. Out wide to Bell. The first one in the book. On loan from Bristol City. Playing at wing back today. Here's Sendles White. Gets the ball forward towards the box where Jordan Maguire-Drew is. But again, it finds a red shirt. On the halfway line is Sendles White to head it towards Matt Worthington. Haven't had Matt Worthington on the ball, really, in the early stages of this game. Zach Bell just holding his face, so the referee has stopped play.
I think he got a bit of a bash to the nose there. Looks like he's a bit glazed on the eyes.
Rhys Murphy also having a word with the referee. But yeah, do you think it's a different kind of role for Matt Worthington today? He's obviously changed his number as well. He's the number 8 this season. Really crucial player in the campaign last season. But he hasn't really been on the ball in this opening 15 or so minutes.
No, and he's kind of the engine room, isn't he? And I think I think when Yeovil are settled, Charlie Cooper's going to be that midfielder who holds and protects the defence, and Worthy's going to be one who's going to have to help out with the attack a bit more, I think, this season. But like you said, not had many opportunities just yet. Rhys Murphy pulled up for a foul there. That's a bit of mind games from Rhys early doors.
Brad Quinton is quite vocal on the touchline. He makes Mark Cooper look very calm indeed.
Both sat on drinks tubs though. There's like the Bielsa effect of English football.
Yeovil win the ball back through Whittle. Newblay on the ball and flicked on header from Rhys Murphy, trying to find Frank Newble, but can't do so. So King clears that one in the Hemel goal. Again, just a little bit of head tennis going on in the middle of the park. Jake Wannell puts it out of play. So another throw in on the far side. Really competitive game there. 17 minutes gone. Hemel 0, Yeovil 0, and we're expecting a tough game, and they're certainly getting one in these early stages.
Yeah, I mean, we spoke to Dan, the media man from Hemel Hempstead on the podcast this week, and he said, you know, we're a team that have got a good team spirit together. There's no real sort of big time Charlies in this Hemel squad. They work for each other and they work hard, and we're seeing that as a unit. They're very well drilled, and they're a team that has sort of sniffed around the playoffs at points, but has been in the National League South for a little while, knows what to expect and what to come up against, and we're certainly the inexperienced ones in this level. We're going to have to deal with it.
Yeah, playing at this level, Yeovil Town, National League South for the first time since 1997. They get a throw in though. On the far side, an attacking position, which over on the far side, Jamie Sindles White is going to take. Bodies in the box for Yeovil, including Jake Wannell. Comes more centrally, trying to find Wannell, can't do so, but Charlie Cooper's trying to get on the end of it. Worthington shoots and it gets a foot in, and Worthington just struggling a little bit with the aftermath of that challenge, hoping he can run that off, but he is clutching his ankle, so a bit of a worry for captain Matt Worthington at the moment, but wonder if he's going to try and run that one off. So throw in once again on the other side this time. Bell takes it, comes into a central position, headed away by a red shirt, but Charlie Cooper again trying to get on the end of the overlap. Worthington getting it back into a dangerous situation, and Jordan Maguire-Drew can't win it. He tries to call for a foul, headed back towards the edge of goal, and now Rhys Murphy, but again the whistle blows. It was a bad decision according to Rhys Murphy. He says no, but the keeper actually did well anyway to get down to his right hand side and save that one. So again, it's just getting the ball into the box. They've scored a lot of goals in pre-season, which is a positive, but it's not quite clicking going forward for Yeovil at the moment. Just 19 minutes played, but it's still 0-0.
Yeah, those little moments like that, you know, Rhys Murphy on the shoulder, you know, Yeovil fans who watched him play for us those few seasons ago know exactly what he's about, and he's in those positions again, on the shoulder of the defence, looking for anything. You know what the decision making is like of officials at these levels. You know, it doesn't take much for one to go your way, and he's playing on that edge. At some point he's going to find a chance, you think, and put it away.
Yeah, 34 goals and 65 appearances in his last 2 seasons it was with Yeovil Town. And then had 2 seasons at Southend United, but injury plagued, I think it's fair to say. But he did come back to haunt Yeovil Town last season and scored against them, as did Jake Hyde for Southend. Obviously off-field troubles at that club, and Mark Cooper was very clear in midweek that played in Yeovil's hands, in able to sign Rhys Murphy, who's of course dropped down a division, as have many of these players that Mark Cooper has signed. Wannell under pressure as Williams tries to chase it down, but Buse is there to clear, and Frank Newble trying to get on the end of it, but it again just falls to a red shirt. They're getting on the end of those second balls. Free kick though.
Hemel have really taken the sting out of this game, haven't they? You know, it's quiet behind that for all the hundreds and hundreds of Yeovil Town fans that have come this afternoon. They're quiet behind the goal at the moment. There's not a lot of noise coming from the green and white army.
Yeah, huge credit to Hemel at the moment. But there's a free kick just inside that Hemel half. On the far side is Jordan Maguire-Drew. Gets that towards the box where Morgan Williams is there. Craig King drops it and the referee says that was a foul. So free kick to Hemel.
It was a clever one from the Hemel goalkeeper. A little bit of a nudge from Morgan Williams and he's gone down. Taking a bit of time to get to his feet as well. It's not a massive amount of urgency in this Hemel team right now. They've got Yeovil right where they want them in terms of keeping hold of the ball and keeping the pressure on.
Craig King, and a hugely experienced goalkeeper, played for Oxford City. Hemel born and bred, as they say. Been here for 4 seasons now and kept 12 clean sheets last season. So a pretty impressive record and one they wanted to keep signed up. Buse comes and claims that loose ball. Buse can just calm it a little bit. And that's the thing, isn't it, in these games at this level where Yeovil are going to be the overwhelming favourites in many of the games, is they've got to be patient, got to be calm and not get frustrated.
Yeah, and Mark Cooper will have drilled them in that when there's Jamie Sendles-White slips on the surface and handles the ball. He was on the ropes there, wasn't he, in terms of giving the ball away. Matt Worthington is protesting against the referee, but Jamie Sendles-White is going to go into the book. The second booking for Yeovil Town in the opening 23 minutes. I don't think we have too many complaints about that one. No, and his foot went under him, didn't he? And as he's being shadowed by a Hemel Hempstead player, he's felt the need to scoop the ball under him and with his hand, and Yeovil now with a set piece to defend.
On the left-hand side. Just outside the box. But a real opportunity to whip a ball in. Mackenzie and Williams are in discussion about this one. It's going to be the foot of Williams that gets that into the box. Everyone except Reece Murphy is back defending for Yeovil Town. Torquay are 2-0 up after 18 minutes at Dover Athletic. Still 0-0 here. Williams, right-footed towards the edge of the box, and in comes Carl Ajayi to try and head that past the post, but he can't quite get there. There was a little bit too much on the free kick, and Will Buse just watches that go out for a goal kick. But a good opportunity for Hemel, and almost executed well.
Yeah, that ball was really fizzed in towards that back post with plenty of players queuing up, just a little bit too much on it for the Hemel attack to get on the end.
So it is still 0-0 here in the opening game of the National League South season, and Hemel clearly have a game plan, and so far they are executing it excellently as Matt Worthington is muscled off the ball. The referee says there's no foul. Here comes George Williams. He's burst into the box. He goes down. Goes out for a goal kick, much to the frustration of the Hemel fans. Looked close. Morgan Williams put his hands up, and I can see the look on your face, Ian Perkins. You think Yeovil might have got away with one there?
I think it was Bell. It was Bell chasing after. I'm just a bit concerned. You've got Bell and Sendles-White both on bookings on this right-hand side of the defence, and yeah, there was a definite lean into the Hemel player who's gone down, but I think that was one the referee maybe didn't want to make that decision in front of 800, 1,000 Yeovil Town supporters.
Here's Bell with a cross towards King, who claims it strongly. Was straight at the goalkeeper.
Bit of a shout from Mark Cooper there.
Yeah, that was a shout from Mark Cooper, wasn't it? Bristol Rovers have taken the lead at Portsmouth, so goals flying in the games we are looking at, but still 0-0 here. 25 minutes played at Vauxhall Road, and 1-1 is going to get penalised for that, is he? No, he wins the free kick somehow. I think he's very lucky there. I thought that might be a free kick for Hemel Hempstead on the far side, but
there's a bit of these Hemel players, as soon as they feel a touch on the back, they're going down and sort of scooping the ball up already, like it's already a free kick. And yeah, on that occasion, referee sided with Yeovil, and now we're in a good spot here for a ball in towards the box.
Yeah, just to the left of the centre circle, midway between the box Gets it towards Newbold. It's headed away though, and Worthington can't really connect with it, but gets back towards Williams, and Williams tries to shoot. It's good goalkeeping from Craig King, who got a touch on it, and I think it might have already gone out anyway.
Offside again.
Offside again. We can't see the flag, so thank you for letting me know.
Yeah, there was a bit of a shove on Jordan Maguire-Drew there on the edge of the box, which some refs would give, I think. But there's a definite Craig King in the Hemel goal getting a bit of a telling off there. I think there's a call it a deliberate pace on some of these free kicks and restarts at the moment.
King launches it past the halfway line. Sendles White heads it, but Mackenzie picks it up with the red shirts. Cuts inside past Worthington, but Bell is there to clear. Can Murphy get on the end of it? That's a good touch from Reece Murphy, and it forces the throw-in in an attacking position, which Bell will take. And again, Worthington just telling them to calm down, just be sensible and take the throw-in slowly. Right in front of us is Zach Bell. Launches it towards the edge of the box. Newbold can't get on the end of it. Charlie Cooper can, but he gives it away. Again, falls to the red shirt and goes out for a throw-in. He just can't quite click those passes. As Hemel so organised.
Yeah, Yeovil just can't get hold of the ball. Can't sort of haven't really created any long spells of possession here to get hold of it. There's a bit of handbags over there in the far corner between Jamie Sendles White and Reece Grant, I think. Just need to be careful on this side.
He's on a yellow card, as is Zach Bell. And Worthington gets a touch on it, goes out for another throw-in. JA for Hemel. 28 minutes played. Hemel 0, Yeovil 0. We're on BBC Radio Somerset with your matchday commentator Sheridan Robbins and Glover's cast Ian Perkins for this opening game in the National League South season for Yeovil Town. Picked up by Worthington. Worthington launches it forward towards Reece Murphy. It's a little bit too heavy though, and it's claimed well by Craig King, who's then able to roll it out to Jethro Hansen. Nice footwork from Hemel. Jay beats Worthington. He doesn't beat Bell, but he still manages to give it to Ichafono. The number 9. Out wide to the skipper, Williams. Again, they're coming forward at pace, but that's really good from Alex Whittle. Picks it up. Back to Reece Murphy. They're just a little bit isolated. That's a lovely ball, though. Just past the halfway line for Maguire-Drew. Finds Bell on this right-hand side. He's got space. Goes more centrally to Charlie Cooper, who gives it away. Bell goes down, as does Charlie Cooper. Grant is going to go in the book now for the challenge on Charlie Cooper. And it is a free kick to Yeovil Town. Again, no complaints there.
Yeah, he's had a couple there, hasn't he? He's gone for Charlie Cooper and then quickly followed it up with a tackle on Zach Bell that mistimed.
Maguire-Drew immediately on this free kick, on this right-hand side. Zach Bell staying back, everyone else getting a little bit more forward to try and cause problems from this set piece. We're at the half-hour mark. Maguire-Drew with the ball towards the box. It finds a red shirt, and then Charlie Cooper gets it back into the box, but it headed towards, it looked like it was going wide, but actually the keeper was able to hold off into it. That was a bit of a disappointing set piece.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's more how we acted once it was cleared. I think Charlie Cooper had time to maybe bring that down or let it fall to his feet, but decided to head it back in, and there was no one really switched on or on the ball there to react to it. So that was a bit of a disappointing passage.
Krasnicki did really well there to get forward for Hemel on the counter, but some great play from Jake Wannell, who chested the ball down and cleared. It's back in the Hemel goalkeeper's feet though, and clears it forward. Headed forward though by Morgan Williams. Can Frank Newbold get on the end of it? No, he can't. On midfield they win it back, but they give it away sloppily to Hemel, to Zach Bell, but a good challenge comes in, but Murphy picks it up in the middle of the park. He goes down. That's a free kick in a more central position this time, as Ray fouls Reece Murphy. Good central position once more. I'm hoping for a better delivery this time.
Yeah, I think during pre-season, Jordan Maguire-Drew's deliveries were spot on. At some of the games, he was really putting it into exactly the right place for Yeovil to make an impact. So he'll be hoping he can continue that.
Here he is once more central this time. Left foot headed towards 1-0, and again the referee blows his whistle. I've never really been able to get excited by these set pieces, but that's exactly what Hemel will want. But yeah, we're not getting too frustrated with the referee at the moment, but Frank Noble just having a little word about what he thinks of it. 30 minutes played here, and it is still Hemel 0, Yeovil 0.
Yeah, as soon as there's any sort of contact, it seems to be a quick drop to the floor, and the free kick gets given. Hemel's manager, Brad Quinton, near us, is getting very agitated. Certainly a passionate man, you'd say, about his team and his football.
One promotion from this level before with Braintree. Been in charge here since December last year. Here Hemel come once more. Got a lot of pace in their side. Cross comes in towards Williams. Williams is going to shoot from distance. Well cleared by Yeovil, but only as far as Mackenzie. Cleared by Bell. Goes out for a throw-in. Pressure coming now from Hemel. They take it quickly. There's George Williams on the ball once more. Nice interchange play as they try and get him on the end of it. Lovely play as Charlie Cooper goes down. That's a free kick to Yeovil Town, I would think, and it is.
Good tracking from Charlie Cooper there. That was a nice little nutmeg on Jamie Sendle's white from George Williams, and he got the return off his teammate. And had Charlie Cooper not been tracking there, I think there was a good opportunity to get a shot away. Good covering that man.
Buse with the free kick. Headed away by Hemel Hempstead, so an attacking throw-in on this right-hand side, and the Hemel Hempstead manager calling for tug of the shirt, but the referee was never going to give that. So another
definition of 6 of 1, half a dozen of the
absolutely.
other.
Another throw-in on the right-hand side from Zach Bell. Finds the edge of the box where Frank Noble is there, but so are the Hemel Hempstead defenders.
Touch, Sheridan.
And it's going to come right towards us, and hopefully not on the kit. No, fine. And thrown back straight to Charlie Cooper. See, I'm always worried about our technology. Very close to the action here at Hemel Hempstead, as the sun is starting to come out after torrential rain throughout the morning. Now it's a glorious day for football. Here's 1-0. Launches the ball forward. I think he's trying to find Noble. He does at the second attempt. Out wide to Bell on this right-hand side. Nice interchange play for him. Noble with a good touch, but he's got two Hemel defenders there. But that's a good ball towards Charlie Cooper, but it's a heavy touch. Can he keep it in? He can. Tries to get it towards Murphy, and in case, if you can't get it to Reece Murphy, get a set piece, and he goes out for a corner kick, which Jordan Maguire-Drew will take. We won't be able to see exactly him over the ball, but we know it's Jordan Maguire-Drew jogging over to that corner to take a corner kick. Yeovil's first of the game.
He could have walked off for all we know from where we're sat.
Hopefully he hasn't. It comes in quickly and it's headed away by Hemel, but only as far as Maguire-Drew, but it falls awkwardly. It's back into the box and out of play and out for a goal kick. And again, just that awkwardness as it drifted out. Perhaps the surface had something to do with that, but again, another wicked delivery from Jordan Maguire-Drew. You feel like they're going to come good at some point.
Yeah, that was really fired in at pace, and I think he might have been able to get a decent stab at getting it back in, but Montel McKenzie closed him down in quite unorthodox fashion, and he couldn't manage to get something back into his teammates.
Hemel Hempstead, though, coming forward at pace as they have done so much in this first half. Here's Joe Ray back to Williams in the middle of the park. Now they're getting on the edge of the box, out wide on the right-hand side, trying to get a cross in. They can't do so because Whittle is there, as was Worthington. It's picked up by Murphy. It's a superb touch. It's back to Jake Wannell. It's hold-up play. Reece Murphy has just been superb today. Here's Whittle again. Again, just goes back to the goalkeeper there. A little bit disappointing in the end as they won the ball back so well, but Wannell with a header.
I think Reece Murphy's hold-up play is not necessarily something you think about with him, but he certainly has had a bit more of that about his game today. Rather than, you know, traditionally you think Frank Noob will be the man to hold the ball up, but Yeah,
been getting
Reece.
back a lot more, hasn't he, Murphy, than Newble?
Yeah, coming back in to get involved and make things happen.
Newble battling away there, and the referee says it's all fine. And Jordan Maguire-Drew is going to have a shot, and he goes back to Murphy, and so close, just over. He connected with it brilliantly. Really unselfish play from Jordan Maguire-Drew. It looked like he might be able to have a shot himself. It fell to Murphy, and just over the bar from Yeovil Town striker. Murphy thought that might go and nestle into the top corner, Ian Perkins.
Yeah, you thought Jordan Maguire-Drew might have taken that one on his left foot, but certainly an unselfish player in those areas, and perhaps he felt Reece Murphy was in a better position to get something, but got under it a little bit too much, and over the bar it went.
Here's Morgan Williams on the ball, trying to halt a quick break from Hemel Hempstead. And Charlie Cooper is in the centre circle, chests it down and finds Whittle. Back to Jake Wannell. Jake Wannell has been very impressive in this opening 37 or so minutes. It's still goalless here, but he's been at the heart of everything. Here's Murphy on the far side. Can he keep that in? It's really difficult for us to see. I think that's going to go out for another corner kick, this time on the opposite side, which we will be able to see. So a second consecutive corner kick for Yeovil Town. And that was good play from Yeovil.
Yeah, that left-hand side was where a lot of promising stuff happened during pre-season. Certainly Whittle on the left himself, and Murphy and Newble seemed to strike up a bit of a relationship, and there were some patterns emerging down there. So haven't seen a lot of it in this game, but I think if we can start getting Alex Whittle a bit more involved.
Yeah. Here's Charlie Cooper with the corner kick towards the central position where Morgan Williams is there, but it falls to Maguire-Drew with great touch, great footwork. Can he get someone at the back post? There's no one there, but Charlie Cooper's going to keep it alive on the edge of the box. He goes up for another corner kick to Yeovil Town. It's just not quite clicking in terms of the attacking play, but they're getting the balls into the position. They got another chance to whip a ball in. That was a really good corner routine from Yeovil Town.
Good ball back in across from Jordan Maguire-Drew as well. One of those ones that's agonising as it goes across the face of goal, and there's no one quite close enough to nod it in or stick a toe on it.
Cooper once more, hands in the air, whips the ball towards the back post once more to find actually Williams instead of Maguire-Drew. Here's Worthington trying to keep it alive on the edge of the box. Towards the back post where Murphy is, it's cleared by the goalkeeper. Wannell's going to shoot, it's blocked, and then Cooper at the second attempt, it's blocked again. It's another corner to Yeovil Town, and those Yeovil Town supporters are now in their numbers making some noise. It's another corner for Yeovil Town. Hemel defending for their lives. Can Yeovil in the last 7 minutes of this first half take the lead? Some good chances coming their way.
A lot of pressure from the yellow and black shirts of Yeovil. There's Hemel player down on the floor. I can't quite see.
It's Hansen.
Who it is, yeah. He went down uncomfortably as that.
He's receiving some treatment, isn't he?
Ball was clear. Looks to be his left knee that he's having a bit of trouble with.
There'll be a bit of a delay before we get this third corner in a row for Yeovil Town. As Hansen receives some treatment, but does it feel like perhaps momentum slightly shifting? And Yeovil feel like they are close to opening the scoring, particularly from these set pieces where they have looked dangerous, and it wasn't a convincing clearance from the goalkeeper, was it? He came, he did just about enough, but you know, you've got the presence now, you've got the height of Wannell and Newble, you've got different types of attack when those players are in the box.
Yeah, and I think the way the delivery was as well, it wasn't one where, you know, if he feels a bit of contact from Reece Murphy, he's going to go down and win something. That was all the keeper's action coming to punch that one over the top of Reece Murphy, that he's come out and made that effort. But yeah, the pressure is mounting, and this injury, although unfortunate, may have come at a good time for Hemel just to take a bit of time, but doesn't look good for...
No, he's up on his feet now, Jethro Hansen. They've made a few summer signings themselves. 9, and he is one of them. 40 appearances for Hereford last season. He will of course have to go back off the pitch and back on. I don't think they're going to make the substitution. He's got 5 minutes to play of this first half, plus whatever added time. There's going to be a bit, especially for that injury. It's Hemel 0, Yeovil 0, but Yeovil have a corner, which Charlie Cooper will take. They've looked dangerous from the subsequent 2. Can they finally get one past Craig King. Here's Cooper. Doesn't beat the first man. It's not great from Charlie Cooper. Is that another corner? It's not. It's out wide. Noble tried to keep it alive, but that was pretty poor. And again, as you said, momentum shifted. That was injury came at a good time.
Yeah, after all that weight, Charlie Cooper couldn't quite deliver that one, and Frank Noble ends up clearing it out for a goal kick as he comes to try and make something happen with it. But Yeovil pressing high. Hemel on these goal kicks, there always a couple of defenders nearby to take it short.
It's interesting, the wing backs as well. Obviously Zach Bell so far forward on the right hand side, Whittle a little bit further back on the left hand side, but clearly they want to exploit that right hand side and the pace of Zach Bell.
Yeah, I mean, you look back 12 months ago with Charlie Wakefield in, and I think the idea was Charlie Wakefield was going to be a bit more forward as a wing back, but as it happened, the way we were playing at that time, he was very much penned back as a right back, so it's keeping those wing backs high up as attacking options rather than predominantly spending their time defending.
St Albans City 1, Weymouth 0. Lots of local derbies for Yeovil Town this season. Weymouth, the biggest of the lot. They're trailing in this opening game. It's still 0-0 here. 4 minutes until the break, plus whatever added time. Yeovil have a throw-in on this near side. Sendles White will take it. It's inside their own half. Hemel have been impressive in this first half. No pressure on them whatsoever, that is for sure, in this opening game. And it is showing as Murphy tries to keep it alive. Noble does well to win that back. Can he get the ball into the box? He takes a good touch. Nice ball in, it's well claimed. Good goalkeeping from Craig King, who dives to his right-hand side, claims it well. And that attack is halted by Hemel Hempstead.
Good ball in from Noble there. Different assets to how he plays there. He drove down into that corner and with the dangerous ball, he knows exactly where he'd want it. So looking for Rhys Murphy on there, but well claimed.
Yeah, we're trying to win it back, but the red shirt's doing well so far. Charlie Cooper up against Ichifono. Ichifono wins out this time. And here he is on the ball once more in midfield. Murphy again chasing down on that far right hand side. Williams combining well with his teammates, just being patient. The Hemel skipper, he'll back heel, but Whittle is there and is pushed in the back, but referee says nothing doing, so Hemel win it back. Yeovil eventually do get on the ball through Rhys Murphy, but he can't keep it. Now they're coming forward at pace in the middle of the park. Here's Krasnicki. Krasnicki thinks about going himself. He takes a touch, shoots, comes off. Worthington does it. No, actually it doesn't even go past Will Buse, so Will Buse will mop that one up, and danger averted once more for Yeovil, but you can see why Mark Cooper was such a fan of George Williams. He's very strong, isn't he? And
he is, and I think, I mean, that little passage of play there, and it opened up nicely for Krasnicki to get a shot away, and Jamie Sendles White was quick to him to close it down, and looked like it was going to go out for a corner, but luckily the ball sort of didn't carry quite as quickly as he thought it might.
Lovely touch from Maguire Drew through to Murphy, a nice cut inside. He gets it on his left foot and it's just wide. Head in hands from Rhys Murphy. Superb footwork from Jordan Maguire Drew to find Murphy. He had time and space, just couldn't quite pick his spot. It was the wrong side of the post. He's had his chances, Rhys Murphy, in this first half.
Yeah, Maguire Drew's going to be looking at him and saying, how much more do you need? That opened up really nicely for Murphy, and he took a touch back onto his left foot and struck it, just curled it a little bit round the post really, rather than getting some power on it and lacing it.
Pace of George Williams just gone through the whole pitch. Now on the edge of the box is Ray. Ray shoots, it's high and over. Really actually quite poor with how they got forward so quickly there. I think Hemel will be disappointed that Joe Ray chose to shoot from there and so far over.
Good example of having to stay sharp there. You know, Yeovil just missed an opportunity of their own, but Hemel came up so quickly and could very easily have found themselves 1-0 up.
So we played 45 minutes. We're going to play another 6. 6 minutes of added time here at Vauxhall Road. It's still 0-0 between Yeovil and Hemel.
6 feels a long time, doesn't
it?
it?
Does. It does. Has it filtered
of
down to the National League South that we're going to have a little bit more extra time each half?
Filtered down from the World Cup to National
Well,
League
and
South.
they've said in the AFL.
Oh, okay.
So
there has been stoppages.
Yeah, there has
been some time taken on set pieces. So
here's Charlie Cooper. That bell is fouled by Mackenzie. Gets a free kick on this near side. Really good position to whip a ball in. Maguire Drew jogging over to get the ball.
Be good to go in 1-0 up, wouldn't it?
Had their chances, haven't they?
Good time to get something here.
So Jordan Maguire-Drew, he's had a few free kicks today and he's had some good opportunities to play it through to Rhys Murphy, who's shot just wide on a couple of occasions. In added time of this first half, there's another opportunity on this near side. Here's Jordan Maguire-Drew. Whips it towards the back post, but easily claimed in the end from Craig King. Hands in the air from Jordan Maguire-Drew.
Looking at his teammates as if to say, come on, why aren't you challenging for that one? Just right on the penalty spot.
Trying to win it back, Alex Whittle. He's in a battle on the far side. Again, here's Rhys Murphy. King kicks it towards the halfway line where Wonnell heads it towards Charlie Cooper. Nice interchange play between him and then Worthington to Sendles White. Sendles White past the halfway line into that Hemel half. On this right-hand side, goes more centrally where Worthington is waiting. He's got Wonnell to his left. Here's Wonnell driving forward. Goes more central towards Murphy. Can't keep a hold of it. Can Frank Newble? He can. Does really well, Newble. Back to Cooper, though. They're being penned in, though, by Hemel Hempstead. Good defending from the home side. Now Wonnell out wide once more. Jordan Maguire-Drew. Ball towards Craig King, who again claims it well. I spoke to a Hemel fan, getting some insight into Hemel Hempstead before this game. So Craig King could be the best goalkeeper in this division. He's been busy in this first half. Nothing I don't think he would have expected not to get, but looks strong, commanding. Yeovil haven't found a way past him yet.
No, he doesn't. He's got a good pedigree as well. I think he was at Luton, wasn't he, as a professional before he took a career break in 2017 before getting back into football. So he's certainly got a pedigree that perhaps suggests he could play higher than he is.
Throw in to Yeovil Town, and I think there's going to be a substitution actually for Hemel Hempstead. I wonder if... Yeah, it is. It's going to be Jethro Hansen, who was struggling with that injury. Just can't continue. So on 45 minutes, they are going to make the change before the break, which is I imagine tactical to do just before the break. We are in added time. And it is going to be Elias Grant who comes on for Jethro Hansen, who's just not going to be able to shake off that injury after the clash, after the Yeovil Town corner.
Looks a young player, Elias Grant, stepping into this game. Certainly a less physical player than Hansen. When you look at the stature of him, Hansen's a big player in that holding role.
Yeovil have a corner after throw-in from Alex Whittle was put out of play after a little layoff from Rhys Murphy by Hemel. We won't have long left of this first half. We're going to play 6 minutes of added time in this first half. Charlie Cooper on the left-hand side corner. What an end to the half this would be. Gets it more central towards Wonnell. Goes out wide only as far as Maguire-Drew. Claimed by King, but he drops it. And now Wonnell. And again, King claims. He gets away with it even when he has a mistake in him. He claims it strongly. And Yeovil can't get the perfect ending to this first half.
Just got fingertips on that ball as it came back in from Jordan Maguire-Drew and almost fell into the perfect position where Wonnell whacked it towards goal and was saved. So a good half, Jake Wonnell, I have to say.
Really good.
In defence, he's impressed me. He's won pretty much everything in the air. He's won. He's not put a foot wrong.
Dover Athletic have scored against Torquay. It's 2-1 there. It is 0-0 here, and we're in added time of the first half. Jake Wannell up against Ichifono once more, right by the corner flag on the far side. Whittle does well, but again it falls nicely to Hemel Hempstead. They could finish this half strong. They're going to shoot, and it's just clipped the top of the net. That was so close for Hemel Hempstead. Arch Krasnicki with a lovely, lovely finish, but he just couldn't get it on the underside of the bar. I mean, Will Buse was well beaten there.
It was a great effort cutting in from that right-hand side onto his left foot. Spotted Buse slightly off his line, I think, and his effort flew and landed on the top of the net. But close call for Yeovil Town.
Taunton have equalised in the added time of the first half. Still 0-0 here. Can't have much more time to go in this first half as Whittle is muscled off the ball. He does well to try and win it back, and that will be the last of the action as Zach Kennel-Kettle blows his whistle. And a frustrating half for Yeovil Town, which remains goalless. They've had countless chances, particularly through Rhys Murphy. Jordan Maguire-Drew being this outstanding player in terms of trying to start an attacking play from Yeovil. But Hemel Hempstead have been very impressive. And if we thought this league was going to be difficult, that half showed just how difficult it's going to be in this division.
Very tough, a very tough first half for Yeovil Town. Good couple of chances grew into it as the first half wore on, but Hemel Hempstead giving a good account of themselves and showing that no game is going to be an easy one for Yeovil Town in the National League South.
But it is goalless, and Mark Cooper is now going to take his players into the dressing room and give them a bit of a talking to. I imagine he'll have some words to say, but Yeovil did look like they were going to score. They just couldn't quite find the right side of the bar, particularly through Rhys Murphy. So goalless at half-time. You'll rejoin us at the second half here at Vauxhall Road. But half-time here at Hemel Hempstead, it's Hemel 0, Yeovil 0. I'm thinking our fitness is going to show. It's going to show.
I am. Cool.
They're decent though. It's always going to be on that. Yeah. I actually said I'd take a point. Yeah.
Take a 1-0.
Huh?
Take a 1-0 and get out.
I just think that's it's just so egotistical. I can't deal. It's just like Ugla. Thank you, Richard. Well, Yeovil Town have just come out of the dressing room. We're still waiting for Hemel Hempstead. So Mark Cooper has clearly said all he has to say, and he's just making his way across where we are in the press box to the dugout alongside assistant manager Chris Todd. And I think he'd have been pretty happy with the performance, just didn't quite get the goals, as Hemel Hempstead now coming out of the dressing room led by their captain George Williams, and got Ian Perkins from the Glovers Class alongside me for second half commentary. And we were just talking at half time, it's as if they're kicking towards the Thatcher's end in the second half, because obviously the travelling contingent has been in fine voice. Might that be an advantage for Yeovil?
You'd like to think so. I mean, based on last season, I think most of our goals came as we were attacking our home end, and it certainly feels that way here this afternoon. So fingers crossed the players can feel that energy, and the supporters behind there will suck the ball into the goal like they did at moments last year. And there's a bit of stick for King as he finds his goal.
I don't need any more motivation. Hemel Hempstead, they've been very impressive in that first half, and we were discussing with some Hemel fans just in front of us that the clear-cut chances have fallen to Yeovil, but Hemel have certainly had their efforts, long-range efforts, but efforts nonetheless, and it's not been an easy first half for the Yeovil Town defence. So Yeovil kicking from right to left as we look at it in the second half. Your Yeovil lineup: Will Buse, Morgan Williams, Jamie Sendles-White and Jake Wannell. Wing-backs of Zach Bell and Alex Whittle. Zach Bell, of course, on a yellow card, as is Jamie Sendles-White, so they'll have to be careful in the second period. Charlie Cooper and Matt Worthington. Jordan Maguire in the number 10 role behind Frank Noble and Reece Murphy, who had a countless amount of chances as we get underway for this second half. Reece Murphy going closest for the Glovers a couple of times, just the wrong side of the post as they start strong, Yeovil, but it's headed away by the red shirts, but Cooper keeps it alive. On the edge of the box is Murphy, falls nicely to Worthington though, who's just in front of the centre circle. On the right hand side is Sendles-White combining with Worthington, goes out of play, takes a nick off a Hemel defender, so Yeovil Town have one of those Zach Bell throw-ins. We got a good view of them in the first half, not so good in the second half as they're on the far right hand side, but it's going to be one of those long throws. Hemel Hempstead 0, Yeovil 0 in this opening game of the National League South season. Yeovil have not won on the opening day since 2016. And they were at home that day to Notts County. They won 2-0. Yeovil Town get a free kick as Charlie Cooper muscled to the floor, and it's just outside of the box to the right hand side. Jordan Maguire very keen to get the ball down and get this free kick. He had a few chances himself and he was very unselfish, wasn't he, in his build-up play, Jordan Maguire in that first half. Do you reckon he had some words for his teammates in the dressing room at the break?
Maybe. What more could he do other than he's putting the ball on a silver platter for them. Several occasions they need to start putting pressure on inside that 18-yard box. I think we're going to see a bit more of the linesman this half, Sheridan. He's blocking the goal almost.
Yeah, he certainly is. Left foot of Jordan Maguire well claimed by Craig King.
Arms outstretched again on that one from JMD.
They're trying to hit Yeovil on the counter quickly. Worthington just make sure that runs out of play. And Elias Grant chasing down Worthington, but Jake Wannell is going to take the throw-in. Having a word with the linesman, but Wannell with the throw, past the halfway line, flicked on header from Frank Noble. Falls nicely to Charlie Cooper, but gives it away in the middle of the park. They're coming forward at pace, but Jamie Sendles-White does brilliantly to get in front of Ichafono. Does fall back to those red shirts though, gives it away cheaply though, does the young substitute. Elias Grant, and Yeovil can't though keep the ball when they get it back, and it goes out for a throw-in. That'll be a little bit frustrating from a Yeovil Town point of view, and you can see Mark Cooper just getting a little bit annoyed that they couldn't take advantage of that. So it's a throw-in to Hemel Hempstead. Still 0-0 here.
Chris Todd tapping his watch towards the referee on these throw-ins.
Wannell puts that ball out of play, so it's another throw-in, in pretty much the same position to Hemel.
Mark Cooper not happy with that clearance from Jake Wannell. Just gone straight out for another throw-in.
Josh Williams on it, just past the halfway line. He's made up some yards, hasn't he? Yeah. He's come back into that Yeovil half. Wannell battling away for the ball. He does win his side a throw in. A bit of a scrappy start to this second half. There's a bit of a wind coming through as well. Whittle, that through to Murphy. Can he beat his man? It's going to fall nicely to Murphy. He does really well to hold off his man. He's kept it on the edge of the box. Got two men in front of him though. Can Whittle keep it alive? Whittle goes down but keeps the ball alive. Now Noble. Cross comes in. He takes a little nick off Williams. Doesn't go out for a corner kick, but Cooper's going to try and keep that with his head, and Whittle with a great challenge in, but Worthington gives it away. Now they're coming forward through George Williams. Huge amount of pace from Hemel Hempstead. Out wide to Grant. Can they get across in towards Jamie Sendles-White? Does brilliantly to beat Ichafono to that ball because he had time and space as he was making the way forward. A great number 9 position for their number 9. And Yeovil deal with that counter-attack actually really well.
That was a great break from Hemel there. Really good run down that right-hand side, and that ball was almost inch perfect to Ichafono, but luckily Jamie Sendles-White, good positional awareness, cut across his man, and Yeovil calmly cleared the ball.
Another throw-in though. Whittle picks up the pieces. Actually, he'd already gone out of play, so Another throw-in, which Wonnell will take. Wonnell had a good first half for the Glovers, his first 45 minutes in a Yeovil Town shirt, competitively. Whittle heading it forward. Free kick for, not quite sure what, but a free kick to Yeovil Town nonetheless. Charlie Cooper won't mind, and he's making a few yards up himself. Everyone back for Hemel defending. 50 minutes played. Hemel 0, Yeovil 0. Cooper and Maguire-Drew in conversation over this one, and both sets of fans creating an atmosphere now. And it's going to be Charlie Cooper who takes this one, his left-hand side. On his right foot towards Sendles White. Can Worthington get there? Williams does enough to clear, only as far as Zach Bell. Can he keep control of it? He can. Still inside that Hemel half, but he's forced to go back to the goalkeeper, Will Buse. Good positioning from the Hemel defence there. Now Buse launches it forward. That's a good ball from Will Buse. New ball trying to get there, but it's going to fall nicely in the middle of the park to Hemel Hempstead. Cooper almost took advantage, but couldn't quite do so. Here's Ichifono once more, on the far side this time. Combining well with Williams. Little back heel towards Ichifono. Will Buse comes out. Good save from Will Buse. Made himself big, puts that out for a corner kick. But again, superb break from Hemel Hempstead. The pace on George Williams, absolutely brilliant. And they get themselves a corner, and now Yeovil have some defending to do.
Broke really nice. It almost feels like they're going downhill in this half, doesn't it? The way they're getting forward. And Yeovil defence were looking for an offside flag as that ball came back through to Ichifono. But dealt with it well. Now a set piece to defend for Yeovil and need to stay sharp.
And it is going to be the skipper, George Williams, with the corner kick. Everyone but Reece Murphy is back defending for Yeovil Town. Central delivery. Charlie Cooper goes down, and the referee, as he did with a lot of corner kicks in that first half, gives a free kick to the defending side.
A bit too much on that one from George Williams, wasn't there? Went all the way over the back, and yeah, a bit of shirt pulling. Probably both parties guilty in there in that box, but as we so often see, tends to go in favour of the defence rather than the attacking side in those moments.
Bristol City have taken the lead at home to Preston. Sam Bell on the score sheet early in the second half. Frank Newell trying to win the ball for Yeovil Town. He does so. And Cooper's going to shoot. Well defended by Hemel Hempstead, only as far as Worthington. Can Whittle get there? Challenge comes in. Is that a throw into Yeovil? It is. On the left-hand side in a very attacking position. It's a end-to-end start as it was in the first half, the start of this second period. 53 minutes gone. Hemel 0, Yeovil 0.
It's frantic, and it feels like one of those where someone gets their nose in front. You take control of the game.
Throw-in comes in. Newell can't quite connect with it. He gets a head on it, but it's not got any direction. But Worthington trying to keep it alive. But the foot of a Hemel Hempstead defender does enough. Only as far as Whittle. Whittle, the way he runs is just brilliant to get himself into position. Keeps the ball alive, trying to find Murphy. Murphy battling away there in midfield. Cooper up against Williams. Williams wins out this time. Substitute Grant. The young player who's come on at the end of that first half does well. Now here's George Williams. Now wide to Grant. That's brilliant from Hemel Hempstead. Got Jake Wonnell for company. Cuts inside. Cleared by Worthington, but only as far as the edge of the box. Tackle comes in from Zach Bell, and then Charlie Cooper on the second attempt. That's excellent work from Charlie Cooper. Zach Bell goes down and manages to clear forward. The referee gives the free kick because I don't think there was any advantage. And again, the way they came forward, such pace on the break from Hemel. It's clear what their game plan is for the second half. It's so far, Yeovil have been equal to it.
Yeah, they're letting Yeovil come forward with the ball and having a bit of space, but as soon as that ball comes to a Hemel midfielder or a Hemel defender, the ball gets moved forward really quickly, back to front, and yeah, like we said, Yeovil having a lot more defensive actions in the early stages.
Newell with the header, and Whittle, and now Murphy, who gets to the end of it again. A good challenge from Mackenzie. It's just bobbling about, and the referee is stopping play because one of the Hemel players has clutching his head. I think it's Carl Ajayi, and the referee has called the physio on, the doctor on. Murphy not happy with that decision. Halted that attack for Yeovil Town.
It's quite the battle there, isn't there, between Ajayi and Murphy. I think they're giving as good as each other really in those battles, and Rhys Murphy's not one to shy away from a scrap inside the 18-yard box.
He certainly isn't. I've just received a tweet that whether we score or not, Yeovil Town being the we, likely they'll be topped. Truro 5-1 up at half-time at home to Welling. Quite impressive.
Wow.
From them. Here it's still goalless. 56 minutes played. A bit of a stoppage now.
Not quite sure what we're waiting for here, really.
I'm not sure anyone knows.
Oh, Jay's got to go off because he's had treatment and he's not off the pitch.
So the referee, he's still not off the pitch. He's still, he is going to jog off eventually. And we will be hopefully back underway soon as Murphy chases down the goalkeeper. Wishful thinking from the Yeovil striker.
Yeah, there'd have been some questions asked if he's put the ball in there.
Finds a Hemel Hempstead head. Here they come again. Again, it's always George Williams who starts things off. Elias Grant, though, gives the ball away. Now Jordan Maguire-Drew out wide to Rhys Murphy. Is that too much on it? It is. Goes out of play. It's a Hemel throw-in. Would have been a nice break, wouldn't it?
I'm wincing every time they run because it's difficult to slow down on these services, and Rhys Murphy then running right in front of the dugout.
Protect Rhys Murphy at all costs.
Exactly, yeah.
Absolutely. It is a 3G pitch, of course, here at Hemel Hempstead, and that is why Josh Staunton is not in the starting 11 today, the Yeovil Town club captain, and Jake Hyde, who is recovering from an injury. Will Buse puts that out of play. So another throw-in, but this time on the far side to Hemel Hempstead. They're inside their own half. George Williams picks it up, and on the overlap goes out of play once more, so Yeovil get the throw in. We are ticking towards the hour mark. 58 minutes played, still goalless here. No clear cut chances really for Yeovil in this second half.
I wonder at what point Mark Cooper might think about making any changes. He's got some talent on the bench. Jordan Young, Sonny Blulow Everton, Ollie Thomas on loan from Bristol City. There are players there that can come in and make a bit of an impact. We know the pitch isn't brilliant for some of our players, and I think you look at Murphy and say at some point you have to maybe take your precaution with him and look at bringing another option in. But he can always get you something. It's that fine line of keeping him on and taking him off.
Zach Bell with a long throw in, trying to find Newble, and then Jordan Maguire-Drew, but it's cleared by Hemel. Whittle goes back to Will Buse. He's a long way out of his goal, takes a touch though and is going to clear that forward. Again, Newble battling away, but Hemel win out in the end. Whittle gets a touch on it, so that'll be a Hemel Hempstead throw in. Just can't quite click. This Hemel staying so organised. Need another ball before we take that throw in. So we're live on BBC Radio Somerset with me, Sheridan Robbins, and the Glovers cast, Ian Perkins. Full coverage this season, home and away, of Yeovil Town's first season back in the National League South since 1997, but they are hoping it will be the last for a while.
Long way to go yet.
Still 0-0 here, of course, and
0-0 on match day one.
This sums up how difficult this division is going to be. Hemel really impressing, and here they come forward through their captain George Williams, who is their outstanding player. They're going to shoot from distance, and right just over. It goes actually, takes a nick off one of the Yeovil Town defenders, goes out for a corner kick. That was an excellent chance for Hemel.
I'm not sure if it was deflected or if Will Buse got a finger on it, but again, it was another one of those rasping shots from outside the box. It was at full stretch to get that one. And the Hemel attack crowding the 6-yard box and the back post. There's definitely a routine here, isn't there? They've literally all gathered on the far post.
George Williams, the captain, with a really good corner. One of their players goes down, but Mackenzie keeps it alive, and Whittle ensures that goes out for another corner kick. Real pressure from Hemel Hempstead now. Everyone but Murphy back defending for the Glovers. To soak up this pressure, Yeovil Town. Krasniki is going to take this one.
Yeah, really crowding around Buse now, aren't they, in that 6-yard box? There's a definite better pressure.
Corner comes in, cleared by Frank Newble. Only as far though as Ray. Back out towards Ray, who's going to get a long ball into the box, and it falls actually really nicely for Alex Whittle, who might be able to mount a counter attack, but Ichifono was making a good run into the box. Can Yeovil take advantage? Here's Zach Bell. Got pace he has, and it actually goes out for a throw-in, which he won't mind. He takes a nice long throw-in. He actually goes short though to Worthington just behind him. There's 2 balls though, that was a bit confusing, but Jamie Sendles-White on the ball for Yeovil. Now Wonnell just inside their own half now. Didn't quite get the momentum to get that break. Wonnell finds Murphy though, great touch from him. He picks out Jordan Maguire-Drew on the edge of the box. He's crowded by 2 players. Can he get a cross in? Goes out for a corner kick, and the roar from those visiting Yeovil Town supporters tells you they're trying to suck the ball into the back of the net. And Yeovil get a corner of their own, and Charlie Cooper will be the one to take it. We played 62 minutes. It is still goalless here at Hemel Hempstead. It's not been an easy start for Mark Cooper's side. Can Charlie Cooper muster up something from this corner kick?
He used to have a bit better delivery in this half. I thought there were a couple last in the first half that weren't brilliant from Charlie Cooper.
Corner towards the back post where Maguire-Drew just misses it. It does stay in play. I think the wind had a lot to do with that one. It was a really awkward one. Maguire-Drew cutting inside, taking on his player, trying to keep it alive, and it goes just wide from Morgan Williams. It ricocheted off Hemel Hempstead defender. I don't think they knew too much about it, did they? But it fell to Morgan Williams. It had a lot of power on it, not accuracy though, and it went wide, and it's a goal kick to Hemel.
Yeah, it was a good ball in from Jordan Maguire-Drew. Managed to get it out of his feet and put one in, and Hemel couldn't quite clear their lines, and Williams, who scored one in pre-season, not too dissimilar from that with his left foot into the top corner, came close again.
Here they come again, but Morgan Williams has got his defending to do. He clears it, but not far enough. It remains in Hemel territory with the Hemel shirts. Here's Williams. That's a good opportunity. It just whips past everyone though, including Will Buse, who watches it go out for a goal kick. 63 minutes played here. Hemel Hempstead 0, Yeovil 0.
Pressure off a little bit. Feels that just that little attacking moment for Yeovil Town has calmed down Mark Cooper's side. Just need a few more spells of possession and efforts at goal.
Here comes Reece Murphy, but he's got Josh Williams for company. Puts it out of play. Whittle read that really well. Keeps the throw in. Wonnell takes it quickly, but it's a heavy touch from Charlie Cooper. He tries to make up for his mistake. Challenge comes in, and he concedes the free kick. That's really frustrating, isn't it?
Just took his eye off the ball then, Charlie Cooper. The ball rolled under his foot, and Hemel player was there, and he has to concede the free kick. But again, yeah, that was really frustrating. Just a good moment. Yeovil had possession, looking sharp, and could have maybe pressed on from that situation.
But Krasniki on the ball for Hemel, driving forward at pace. Finding Grant and George Williams. George Williams on the ball himself. Krasniki on the right-hand side, just outside the box, gets the cross in. Is that a little bit heavy? I think it is. It goes out for a goal kick. Montel McKenzie couldn't quite get there.
Knew as soon as he'd taken that cross, didn't he, Krasnicki, that it was going too high.
We're going to see a change very soon for Yeovil Town. Sunny blue, low Everton. In fact, we're going to see that right now. Sendles White is the one to depart, on a yellow card, of course.
Yeah, I think looks like it'll be a change of shape, perhaps, into a back four.
It's the right idea, though, isn't it? Protect him. You don't want to be going down to 10 men on this surface.
No, and I think it might be more tactical than anything else. Get Sunny Blue Low Everton in the middle of that midfield. Try and pad out the centre of the park and make a little bit more happen. We saw this in pre-season. Mark Cooper quite happy to change from the back three to the back four.
So Sunny Blue Low Everton making his second debut for Yeovil Town. Of course, spent some time on loan under Darren Sarl, having worked with him at Watford, then went to Derby on another loan spell from Watford, and then spent a period on trial.
It's a real time for Sonny to push on and make his mark. He came to us first time round, quite a young player who hadn't really had any first team experience. He's had a bit of it now, and he'll be looking to make a mark at a club, I think, and hopefully he can do it at Yeovil Town, because I think he's another player who is probably above, probably can play above this level, but needs a home and needs a chance to get some proper game time and minutes under his belt. And he'll get that this season for sure.
Certainly will. Just 20 years old. Still joined Yeovil when he was 18, so do make some progress. As a challenge comes in from Charlie Cooper, he's going to be penalised for that one. Just his old body went diving in, and they've taken it very quickly. Here comes Ciufano out wide to Josh Williams. Cuts inside past Whittle. Buse with a strong shout and a strong claim, and he rolls it out to Jordan Maguire-Drew, but he just can't keep hold of it. And Carl Ajayi is enough as Worthington tackles his man for the ball on the halfway line and concedes the free kick, and that'll be a bit frustrating, as Buse really wanted to get that attack going, but it was just not the right ball for Jordan Maguire-Drew to get on the end of it.
Yeah, just a little bit too far in front of him and couldn't bring it under control, Jordan Maguire-Drew. But seen a couple of moments there, just Charlie Cooper before and Matt Worthington then, where Yeovil are making those mistakes with the ball and forcing those fouls and conceding those free kicks that take up time, eat into the minutes. And I was not sure who's taking this free kick.
Murphy not happy. There's another booking is there for how long that's taking.
So yellow card there for Ajayi.
Ajayi, yep.
And was manager on this side. Not a happy man with how that's unfolded. More from his own team's view, I think, rather than the decision of the referee.
Free kick towards the edge of the box, headed away by Morgan Williams. Only as far as Krasnicki. Sunny Blue Everton gets his first touch, trying to win the ball back. He can't quite do so. Stays with his man though. Grant can't keep the ball in play after pressure from Frank Nouble. So it's a throw into Yeovil Town. Whittle with a throw in. Flicked on header from Nouble. Sunny Blue Low Everton trying to get that through to Nouble, but they give it away to those red shirts, but he does well. Low Everton once more, but again, long ball forward from Hemel. Jake Wannell chests it down and clears. Is that going to go out of play? No, Reece Murphy's going to get a touch on it, but it does go out of play at the second attempt. So Josh Williams will jog over and take the throw-ins. They're not taking them as quickly as Yeovil Town, I think it's fair to say, understandably. 68 minutes played, still goalless here at Vauxhall Road.
I think if you're Mark Cooper now, you're looking at that clock ticking and thinking, let's just try and get one goal here and get ourselves home. It's not been a comfortable afternoon for Yeovil Town.
I mean, it was never going to be, was it?
No.
Tricky away day, first off, on a surface they're not familiar with. Record crowd here at Hemel Hempstead. They're going to be the big side in this division. Throw in to Hemel in an attacking position. They've done really well through George Williams, who keeps the ball alive. He's trying to get inside the box, but Charlie Cooper stops that, but Ray gets there. Now Ray at the second attempt dinks it forward. Tries to shoot once more. Mackenzie is there, but so is Zach Bell. Zach Bell keeping him company on the edge of the box. Cuts gets inside and beats his man, but Sonny Blulow Everton is there. They've got another chance. Mackenzie challenge comes in from Low Everton. I think that's going to go out for a corner kick to Hemel. Calls for a penalty after the challenge from Low Everton. I don't think there was too much in that though, but they do get a set piece, and you can sense Hemel feel that they can get more from this game.
Bit of indecision there. The changes Mark Cooper's made is a bit of a change of shape for Yeovil, and different players in different positions and different patterns to figure out, and Sonny Blulow Everton got caught there with his teammate Zach Bell. Just need to tighten those areas up.
Corner comes in from Williams, headed towards goal, and then at the second attempt it's cleared and over the bar from, I think it was Montel Mackenzie, got the final touch. It just bobbled awkwardly inside the box, fell to Mackenzie over the top of the bar, much to the relief, I'm sure, of Will Buse.
It's going to have to be special in the position he was there. Mackenzie, it was almost on the floor trying to do a bicycle kick to loop it in. Buse not under any real threat from that effort, but they're pushing Yeovil in this half.
Yeah, they really are. Throw into Yeovil in an attacking position though, as Buse trying to get the ball back inside that Hemel half. 20 minutes to go here. Hemel 0, Yeovil 0. Whittle with the throw in, back to Sonny Blulow Everton, and then Whittle just gives it away, but Cooper is there, as is Sonny Blulow Everton. Now Worthington out wide to Whittle, better from Yeovil. Noble does well to beat his man and his second man. Is he going to try and get that inside the box? He does brilliantly as he's crowded out with players. Combining well with Charlie Cooper. Charlie Cooper now trying to get it inside the box towards Noble, but Williams wins it back. They just can't quite connect their feet, the Yeovil Town players, but then Hemel put it out of play quite sloppily, I think it's fair to say. So Whittle thinks about taking the throw in quickly. He does so through Noble, back to 1-0. It's an awkward one though. Williams will pick up the pieces and try and mount an attack for Yeovil.
Good passage of possession from Yeovil. Given away by Zach Bell, but you saw what Frank Noble was all about there in that short section of play. Held it up nicely, got other players involved, and need to get him more involved, I think, on the ball if we're going to get something.
1-0. Out wide, finds a Hemel head, but they put it out of play. It's quite a significant wind, isn't there, that's having an impact?
Yeah, it's hard to gauge it from here. I mean, every now and then you get a gust in this press box, but it looks like the players are having a few issues when it goes up into the air.
Here's Jake Wannell, out wide to Whittle, combining well with Frank Noble. So controlled on the ball, the challenge comes in, that goes out for a goal kick, does it? Takes a final touch off Frank Noble. That's really good from Hemel Hempstead, the way they handled that. So confident on the ball, Frank Noble, but good defending from Hemel Hempstead.
Yeah, just managed to take a nick off of Noble with that clearance. Did well, the young substitute has grown into the game. He's getting a lot of instructions from his manager in game coaching.
Yeah, we'll get a throw in. It's Cooper that takes it this time. They just want to give the ball to Frank Noble. Finds Low Everton. Low Everton driving forward towards the box. Can't find Murphy though, and again there's red shirts everywhere. Now they're under pressure from the counter-attack, but Wannell does well up against Reece Grant and clears the ball on the halfway line. Is that going to fall to Worthington? It is. Out wide to Jordan Maguire-Drew. Still though inside their own half and back in a defensive position now as Will Buse gets in on the act. Just need to keep it ticking along, Yeovil. 74 minutes gone, still goalless here. Alex Whittle, another summer signing for Mark Cooper from York City. Jake Wannell signing from Taunton Town. An impressive professional debut for him. And Morgan Williams. Worthington in the centre circle, keeping everything ticking along, but just can't make that progress forward. But Cooper's going to try and make something happen. Again, to the feet of Reece Murphy. It's a heavy touch, took a nick off the Hemel defender. They've just about done enough. They're coming forward at pace as the tackle comes in from Charlie Cooper, and it actually falls nicely to Jake Wannell. Hughes is going to be under pressure. He takes a touch, clears. It's not a convincing clearance, but Noble is there. He goes out for a throw-in on this near side to Hemel Hempstead, so a very attacking position for them. End-to-end stuff without any real clear-cut chances, but Hemel more than in this game, and we're going to see another change for them. It's going to be Tyrese Briscoe who comes on.
It's Reece Grant, is it?
Reece Grant coming off, who's on a yellow card himself. But a bit of a thorn in Yeovil's side.
Yeah, he's had a tough battle against Jake Wannell. He's had a good game.
Tyrese Briscoe coming on. Former Millwall under-23s. Spent some time on loan here. It was released by Millwall, and Brad Quinton decided to sign him up permanently. It's an attacking throw-in for Hemel. Dover have equalised against Torquay United, 2-2 at that one. Here it's still goalless. Very nervy in this opening game, as nervy as the opening game can be. But it's not been easy by any stretch, and it's not about to get any easier as Grant, the substitute, battling away with Whittle. Gets the final touch though, goes out for a goal kick. 15 minutes to go.
Everything's sort of in between the 18-yard box, isn't it? It's that familiar case of breaking a team down once you get into the penalty box, and Yeovil are trying.
Here's Reece Murphy, some nice footwork from him. Wide to Whittle, and then Frank Noble combining well with Whittle. Whittle's going to try and whip across in towards Low Everton. It's cleared by Hemel Hempstead, and they get on the overlap as Noble tries to win it back, but Wannell is going to head that one forward. Can Charlie Cooper get there? No, but George Williams puts that out for another throw in an attacking position for Yeovil. They're trying to keep the pace going, Yeovil Town. That wind has just thrown my team sheet on the floor, so it's definitely having an impact. Here's Wannell with the throw-in. Trying to find head of Reece Murphy, but it only finds the feet of Hemel's defenders. And Williams and Bell combining well, and Will Buse needs to come out, and that's going to trickle into the back of the net. It's a mistake from Will Buse, and it is going to be credited to Ichiafano as it just fell into the back of the net. An absolute calamity at the back for Yeovil Town. And on 78 minutes, it's Hemel Hempstead who have the lead at home. They're 1-0 up against the National League South New Boys Yeovil.
Will Buse' teammate Zach Bell has done him no favours there. Buse sort of stepped to the right of the 18-yard box to get the ball so he could clear it, and Bell's ended up taking it more to Buse's left, and he's had to readjust and move across the 6-yard box to clear it, and Ichiafino's right there on the spot and blocks it down. Doesn't know a great deal about it other than he's charged down a clearance, but this is not the start Yeovil anticipated, and yeah, a mix-up at the back, a familiar story, and Yeovil find themselves 1-0 down.
Not really had any clear-cut chances in this second half. Hemel have been very, very impressive, and now Yeovil will have to leave gaps at the back, but it was a real mix-up, as Ian says, between Zach Bell and Will Buse, and it just trickled into the back of the net. Took ages to cross the line. Not one that either of those players will want to see back. Ichiafano getting on the score sheet. Now Yeovil need to really up the ante now. Here's Matt Worthington. Finds Jordan Maguire-Drew. Is that a little overhit? It's not. That's going to find Reece Murphy. It's headed away by Hemel. They now have something to hold on to. Goes out for a throw-in. The Yeovil fans trying to roar their side on. Now Jordan Maguire-Drew. It's really poor from him. It goes just past and out for a goal kick. And sort of side you don't want to play 1-0 down and just 10 minutes to play as well. They've been so good defensively.
They really have, yeah. They've kept Yeovil at arm's length in this second half, really. I think the first half, you'll look back at those chances that Rhys Murphy had and Jordan Maguire-Drew had and think, should have got something here, but throwing another striker into the mix now.
So Jordan Maguire-Drew is the one to be sacrificed, and Bristol City loanee Ollie Thomas is tasked with getting Yeovil back in this game in the final 10 or so minutes. You've seen a lot of pre-season, Ian. You were impressed with him.
Yeah, he's certainly a different kind of striker than we've got. I'd say we've got quite a few different players at the top end of the pitch, and each will complement one another. I think you're looking at Frank Noble dropping back in between the midfield and the attack here to make an impact, and Thomas is a physical, he's a tall player, he's pacey, lots of energy, and we've seen that he can finish too.
Charlie Cooper wins it back in midfield. That's really brilliant from Charlie Cooper. Noble out wide to Whittle. Now Cooper once more. Got to get it into the box. Ricochets off a Hemel Hempstead player. Sonny Blulow Everton trying to keep it alive, but it heads it out of play. Goes out for a throw-in.
Sloppy from Sonny Blulow Everton, and a real chance to bring the ball under and keep it alive, but tried to nod the ball along. And
substitution for Hemel. It's actually gone out for a goal kick. We are going to see a change. Finley Corrigan coming on. And the goal scorer, Joe Ichafono, is coming off. I imagine to a rapturous applause, although he's taken his time, isn't he?
Yeah, he looked away from it, didn't he? I think he knew he was coming off, but decided to look the other way.
Good reception from the goal scorer. That is the difference at the moment. Hemel Hempstead 1, Yeovil 0. Big mix-up at the back for Yeovil, gave Hemel the lead, and now they've got to hold on just for 9 minutes, plus whatever added time we have.
I think he's that striker you'd define as a nuisance. One of those nippy strikers buzzing around the defenders at all times, a little bit Rhys Murphy-like in terms of how he plays.
Referee having a word with Craig King, I think for the amount of time he's taking.
Not sure what's going on behind the goal, but there's a bit of...
Yeah, actually it looks like there's a bit of crowd trouble, which is disappointing to see because that is the Yeovil Town fans.
All getting a bit silly behind the goal.
Something might be distracting Craig King. And the referee has gone over to speak to Brad Quinton, the Hemel manager. I'm not sure what is going on here. Yeah, so the Yeovil Town supporters have been throwing stuff on the pitch, which is just not what you want to see at a football match, and just very, very silly indeed, and it's not doing their team any favours. They're 1-0 down. And things are being thrown on the pitch. The referee now having a word with Mark Cooper and Josh Staunton and Chris Todd. We're having an extended amount of stoppage time now just to try and deal with what's going on. It's just frustrating.
Yeah, leaves a sour taste, doesn't it? You know, this is a small community club, Hemel, that have had to put on a lot of extra resource, extra stewarding, extra food bars, extra bars for supporters because of the amount of Yeovil Town fans that have come up, and to have some stuff thrown onto the pitch and unsavoury scenes behind the goals.
Here's Ollie Thomas getting his first touch. He's coming forward as we're back underway after that stoppage for crowd trouble. Now Jake Wannell. Again, Hemel just so organised, doing really, really well, and if they do see this over the line, it'll be a well-earned 3 points. We've got 6 minutes of normal time to play, and then I imagine quite an extended amount of added time. Here's Charlie Cooper, dinks it forward to Rhys Murphy, who's in the box. Needs some support though, so he goes to Whittle. Whittle towards Newble! Headed over. Better chance for Yeovil. Been missing that kind of in the second half. Attacking wise, it's not been brilliant from Yeovil.
It hasn't, and that was, that was a good cross into the box, but it was, sort of Newble's having to stretch. It's a half an effort, really. It's more hope than judgment that it gets in.
King with the goal kick. Hemel coming forward once more. Jake Warnell with a superb tackle. Through trying to find Newble, he can't do so. Now Morgan Williams is going to have to do some man-for-man defending. He does so, he chests it down, but he's towards the corner flag. Is that going to go out of play? It does. An animated touchline just in front of us. The Hemel Hempstead manager, I mean, what an historic day this could be for Hemel Hempstead, beating Yeovil Town on the opening day of the National League South season.
He's got the bit between his teeth, hasn't he? Right in front of us. He's spurring his players on.
Awkward ball comes in, but Zach Bell gets there. Now Worthington. Montel McKenzie is down, so the referee has stopped play. Gonna have a lot of added time, aren't we, Ian?
Yeah, I think so. I think we'll need it.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a free scoring pre-season for Yeovil Town, but not really evidence today. I mean, they've had the chances, which is more than they created last season, but it does feel like a bit of a repeat of last season. They've got much better players, of course, but mistake at the back, not being able to score, particularly in the first half. It's not great for this opening day.
No, but, we're a big club at this level. We knew it was going to be a challenge, though, coming down and adjusting to the surface. It's no excuse, though. Mark Cooper said in the week, didn't he? He said we've just got to get on with it. There are no excuses now.
Buse launches it forward, goes straight out of play, though. Bit of hopeful from Yeovil Town. Feel like they're huffing and puffing a bit.
They are, and I don't think the actions of the supporters behind the goal is going to particularly speed up the goalkeeper either in these moments.
For Craig King, he's kept his side in it in the first half, made some good saves. 1-0. Hands it back out to Charlie Cooper with a crunching tackle. Now Morgan Williams on the ball out wide to Matt Worthington. Matt Worthington playing a little bit of a wider role in this side at the moment. Reece Murphy trying to get on the end of it, but the JE is there. Charlie Cooper wins it back now. Frank Newble out wide to Worthington. Can they create something now? He tries to cut inside Worthington. He's under pressure. Combines with Low Everton. Low Everton not really sure where to go though, trying to get in the box. There's two men on him. He gets the throw in, which Zach Bell will take.
Thinking Worthy needs to get that ball straight in the box really, rather than come back inside and turn out. It's got a lot of strikers in that box to aim at now.
Everyone but Whittle forward for Yeovil. 1-0 trying to get on the end of it. It's cleared by Hemel Hempstead, only as far as Whittle. It's an awkward bounce, but he gets a heavy touch and goes forward, does Alex Whittle. Muscling off the competition, he goes down.
Fell over in stages there, Alex Whittle, didn't he? Caught
It's like a slow motion.
Trip on the ankle, but carried on for a little bit before thinking, actually, I think I'll get something here.
He gets the free kick, a little central position for Charlie Cooper to take. We have just got 2 minutes of added time to go, but I imagine we're going to have quite a lot of stoppage time. Cooper towards Williams. Superb goalkeeping from Craig King. I can't believe I feel like I'm going to have the same conversation with Mark Cooper as I did last season. Didn't see that one coming. But there will be an extended amount of added time, so there is still hope for Yeovil yet, but particularly second half, really disappointing in terms of chances created.
Yeah, I think the way...
It's fallen awkwardly. Buse is going to have to punch that one. Morgan Williams didn't get there. And Tyrese Briscoe sensed that he might be able to get on the end of that. It was a looped ball forward. Buse had to come and punch it as Morgan Williams was ahead of it and goes out for a throw-in. That could have been Game, set and match for Yeovil.
One ball all the way over the top there, and Morgan Williams misread it. Whittle clears that one for a throw-in, I think.
I think, because we can't see. But yes, I think it is a throw-in.
Hemel's manager has just booted the replacement ball out as well.
Yeah, it's going to be 8 minutes of added time here at Vauxhall Road. Hemel, though, pushing for that second goal. And get a free kick, I think. Can't see. But it is, yeah, it is a free kick. On the right-hand side, a really good position. The way they're seeing this out is excellent, but there is going to be 8 minutes of added time. Can Yeovil get something from this game on the opening day? They're 1-0 down here at Hemel Hempstead. They've got 8 minutes of added time, but they've got to do some defending first.
The shouts of 8 around us. People didn't see that coming.
I saw it coming. Yeah. George Williams with the free kick. It's going to be the right foot of the skipper. Taking his time though. Referee is going to book him for taking too much time. He won't mind if they see this over the line. That booking, I'm sure.
Not sure if there was a mix-up on the set piece or not.
And it falls nicely to the grateful hands of Will Buse. And Yeovil need to start an attack. We played 1 of the 8 minutes added time. Stood down by Thomas. They win themselves a throw-in on attacking position in the far side. Worthington thinks about taking it, but it is going to be the long throw of Zach Bell. And there's an injury to Hemel Hempstead player.
Just dropped down. Oh, and he's going to need treatment as well.
He's going to need treatment. I for one am shocked. But anyway, it's all added on. It will all be added on, I'm sure.
He's yeah, the dark arts of football. We'd be doing it if we were in this position, having a 1-0 lead as well, I'm sure.
Absolutely. I mean, we certainly can't get too downhearted. It's the opening game of the season. But is this what you expected from Yeovil Town, having seen them in pre-season, Ian?
It's a good question. From what I'd seen of us so far, I thought we'd be a bit more fluid than we were. I think we had a lot of possession in the games that we played, and Hemel's game plan has been to keep us off the ball and you know, disrupt and break down the flow of things. And you know, it's about us having to impart ourselves on the game and take control, and we haven't particularly done that this afternoon.
Throw-in was taken and well dealt with by Hemel. Goes out for a throw-in their way. We played 2.5 of the 8 minutes.
I think we found it tricky on the surface, and you know, an example there, the ball, you know, it's getting those passes right. If we're training on grass, we're training in a different environment and not able to replicate these pitches and these surfaces, and I know we're just going to have to, you know, come to terms with that and get used to it. But
here they come through Frank Noble. Again, well dealt with by Hemel Hempstead. 1-1 trying to keep that ball alive, getting it forward towards Noble, but there is always a red shirt there. Williams out wide to Bell. Bell just past the halfway line. Ricochets awkwardly and cleared by Hemel. Williams trying to get it back to Charlie Cooper, who puts a foot in. If he hurts himself in the process, but Whittle chasing down with Williams. Challenge comes in and it's a throw-in to Hemel. They are really battling away for what would be a historic day for this football club. Not the start Mark Cooper would have wanted. They're 1-0 down here at Hemel Hempstead. They've played nearly 4 minutes of the 8 added on and not really been testing Greg King, particularly in this second half. They had chances in the first. Reece Murphy going close on a couple of occasions, as was Jordan Maguire-Drew. And we are going to see Jordan Young for the final 4 or so minutes. And it's going to be Frank Noble who makes way. he comes off a lot quicker than the Hemel, than the Hemel players, understandably. A good shift from Frank Newell. He's certainly a team player, isn't he?
He is, yeah. He's had a tough afternoon. He's the target man of the team. Everything good. You need to try and get it through him. But again, all these players have had a tough afternoon, really. Hemel have had a good performance.
And they've just won the ball back on the halfway line from Charlie Cooper. Here comes Briscoe, combining well with Corrigan. The two substitutes combining. A final shot only finds the grateful arms of Will Buse, but Yeovil are running out of time. We are ticking towards 5 minutes of the 8 added on. They are 1-0 down here at Hemel Hempstead, their first game in the National League South season. So much optimism ahead of this one. Not quite panned out as they'd hoped. It's just the opening game. It's an awkward 3G surface, but I imagine particularly Mark Cooper would have wanted a little bit more attacking intent in the second half. Murphy tries to get on the end of it. Sonny Blulo-Everton does well. Now finds Murphy. Murphy's going to shoot. Finds the Hemel Hempstead defenders in his way. Now Worthington and Thomas, and it's just wide. Goes out for a goal kick. Really quick feet from the strikers. Just couldn't find the back of the net. That was close.
Couldn't get on the end of it, could he? It was fizzed in along the floor from Worthy. First real good dangerous ball, I'd say, that's come in towards the feet of Ollie Thomas, but couldn't get something on it.
$1,278 here at Hemel Hempstead. Wonder what the Yeovil Town official numbers are, but they've not been given much to sing about. There's been a bit of trouble as well, which didn't help. Is that going to go out for a throw-in? I think it is. So Yeovil have possession, but we played 6 of the 8 added on. 1-1 with the throw-in. Murphy trying to win it, but the Hemel Hempstead defence is standing firm. Now Morgan Williams trying to create something. Now Worthington, who's on the halfway line. Can they get it forward? Here's Jordan Young getting his first touch since coming on. Played at this level for Chippenham. Does well to keep possession. He needs some support though. He's got 1-0. Again, they just can't get it into the box. Thomas gets his side of throw-in. Whistle will take. I think we're going to see a yellow card, is it? I'm not sure.
Yeah, something's happened up there in the corner.
It's the corner, so who knows?
There's a yellow card, I think. Don't know if it was the ball being kicked away or something along those lines.
We have played 7 of the 8 added on. Hemel Hempstead very close to securing an open 8-day win against one of the favourites for the National League. Goes into the box, the throw-in. Cleared, only as far as Low Everton. Back out to Bell. Bell with the cross towards Murphy. Headed away by Hemel Hempstead once more. Now Thomas, back to Worthington. Worthington can't get the cross in. That's brilliant from Hemel Hempstead. Can Sonny Blulo-Everton get there? He can. Does he get the throw in? No, it goes Hemel's way. That could be that for Yeovil Town. We've got 20 seconds to play. New ownership at Yeovil Town. But another blank in front of goal as it stands. It was always looking like a tricky start. And it's been very tricky indeed. They've given it away, Yeovil. And Hemel won't mind just keeping it. They've got a throw in though, Yeovil. We've played 8 minutes. I wonder if we are going to see a couple more minutes just because of the stoppage that we had for that injury. They're getting on the end of everything though, Hemel. That could be enough. Buse has to come out of his area and kick it.
Not a bad volley, actually.
Oh, it was very good, actually. Now 1-0 on the ball. This is last chance saloon. It nicks off a Hemel Hempstead player. They've got a throw in. We've played 8.5 minutes of the 8 added on. I don't know how much more we're going to see, but it is going to be a throw in to Yeovil Town. And they're resorting to the long Zach Bell throw, understandably, in the dying stages of this second half. People to my right-hand side have got their phones out ready for potentially the final whistles. 1-0 tries to get on the end of it, and Craig King claims it, and that is the final whistle, and a famous victory for Hemel Hempstead Town as they beat the Glovers by 1-0. An absolute mix-up at the back. Just 12 minutes from time. There were 8 minutes added on, but Yeovil could not find the back of the net. That's the same old story from a Yeovil Town point of view. You can see what it means to Hemel Hempstead, and you have to say, I think they probably deserve it, no? Particularly on that second half performance.
They came in with a game plan. We knew they were going to be a well-drilled side, familiar with the National League South, and they've played a blinder. They really have kept Yeovil at bay in this second half, and I think felt like their game plan was get to half-time, keep it level and see what happens. And the goal came from a mistake, came from an error, but from a defensive error mix-up between Zach Bell and Will Buse, and that's the difference. But a real disappointing start to the season for Yeovil. We move on to next weekend.
Yeah, they've now got 4 home games in a row, Yeovil Town, in the National League South, so no pressure there. But yeah, really not great start for Mark Cooper's side. It was Joe Ichafono's second half goal, a real mix-up at the back for Yeovil Town. That is the difference. 12 minutes from time, and again Yeovil draw a blank in their opening game. They haven't won an opening game since 2016, so we'll get full reaction, of course, from Mark Cooper and a player. But the opening day of the season ends in defeat for Yeovil Town. Hemel Hempstead 1, Yeovil Town 0.
And Hemel Hempstead Town 1, Yeovil Town 0, a result. Joe Ishiafano scoring with 15 minutes to go, so not a winning start for Yeovil as they look to bounce back into the National League. Let's hear from manager Mark Cooper talking to Sheridan.
Well, Mark, not the start you would have wanted. How did you sum up the game, but particularly the first half, because there were a lot of chances for your side?
First of all, I thought it was an unbelievable turnout from the supporters, and we didn't give them what they deserved, so that's a big frustration, but it can happen. We've had a good pre-season. Everybody talking us up, but it was always going to be a difficult game, really difficult pitch, no excuses, but we didn't perform like we have done in attacking areas today. We didn't spark, like we put as many forward players on the pitch as we could, but they didn't spark today, did they? And if they don't, you're relying on us keeping a clean sheet and maybe nicking one at the end. But calamitous goal sums the day up, really. So it could be a good thing for us. It could give us that little bit of a kick up the backside. This might be, I never thought it was going to be easy, but maybe some of the players did. But it gives us that little slap round the face to say, we've got work to do.
Did a few chances, didn't he, through Rhys Murphy, who shot just wide. Jordan Maguire drew with a few free kicks. At half-time, did you think you would continue that reign of attacking? It didn't really happen in the second half, did it?
No, it was just a case, for me, it was a case of it might have to be 93, 94 minutes because they were wasting time, weren't they? And we might have to, but to do that, you have to keep a clean sheet and not give them anything to hold on to. And that's exactly what we did. And frustrating day, but we've got 4 home games now, so as frustrating a day as it is for everybody today, we have to keep calm and keep focused and perspective and be ready for next Saturday.
I have to talk about the goal. As you say, it was a calamitous one, but 2 young players, is that a lack of experience, and how do they come back from that?
I don't think it is a lack of experience, he's just got to clear the ball. He's kicked it straight up the lad's backside and into the net, so it's just a mistake, but he'll learn from that, or he'll have to learn from that. And but all I will say is we didn't spark at the front of the pitch today. We can talk about the goal all we like, but for me, we were flat at the front of the pitch, and that's where we've looked really good in pre-season. So it's frustrating for me as a coach that we've done really well with the forward play, and today looked really flat.
What would you say to the supporters who, of course, know that last season it was all about the lack of scoring goals, and then to draw blank on this one? What would you say to them?
There's not a lot I can say, really, is there? Apart from, look, we really appreciated their support today, and we know we've got to be better than that. I think the players know that. And look, like I said, we've got to keep it in perspective. They need to stick with us, and we'll be all right. We'll be fine.
And like you say, 4 home games in a row. That doesn't happen very often. Is that a lot of pressure on you guys, or are you relishing the chance to have those games?
The players should relish it. We're playing at home in front of some really good fans in a really good stadium. We should be relishing that and really looking forward to playing.
And lastly, you brought on Ollie Thomas at the end to try and spark it. What did you think of his performance? He's a different type of striker to the others that you've brought in.
Yeah, just to try and get him running forward. He's raw, he's got pace, and just change it up. And because it wasn't whatever we put on the, whatever we tried, we changed the system. We had 4 up front, 3 up front, 2 up front, 3 number 10s, just to try and get a spark, and it didn't happen.
I can tell you're really quite frustrated at that result, but how much of it is perspective in that it's the first game of the season?
Well, always lots of strange results first game of the season, always. And as horrible as it is now, we have to keep stock and stick together and be ready for next Saturday.
Thanks for your time, Mark.
Thanks, Shane.